Good afternoon, world. Welcome to Krakow, Poland. This is the scene of the 2019 ICF Junior and Under-23 Canoe Slalom World Championships. It is great to have your company. My name's Ross Solly. It is an overcast afternoon here in Poland, but it is warm and the racing is set to be red hot. Great to have your company this afternoon. We have got coming your way very, very soon the men's junior canoe final. We have the women's junior kayak final, both coming your way, both crackerjack fields. Here to help me call the finals is 2012 Australian London Olympian Robin Jeffrey. Robin, welcome back to the commentary position. These are the stars of the future.
They certainly are, Ross. It's great to be back here in the commentary box the second time today, where we saw a great under-23 C1 men and K1w ladies final. Let's just hope that the juniors have watched, soaked it all up, and are ready to deliver in this final now.
What I like about these finals, Rob, is so many of these athletes are unknown. We don't know much about them. For many of them, this is their first ever. If we look at the lineup here now in front of us for the men's canoe final, you probably know a lot more about these guys than I do because you're there, you train a lot of athletes. But if you go down that list, Adrian Fischer from France, Felix Goldling from Germany, Alfie Boot from Great Britain, and James Kettle from Great Britain. This is their first big final. We know very little about them, and it's going to be a little bit of a mystery, a little bit of a watch and see for all of these guys. Yeah,
it's exciting. No, like you say, I don't know a lot about most of them. Probably the guy who I know most about is Jack Egan from New Zealand. It's great to see a Southern Hemisphere representative in there. And then, yeah, got two Brits, some Czechs, Slovenians, Spanish, Perez, who look very strong in the semi, and of course the Slovak Markus Ludovic had an absolute flyer. Probably it's a bit surprising we didn't see a young Frenchman.
Yeah, Johan Seneschal. We put the commentator's curse on him this morning well and truly. We talked about his qualifying run when he picked up 6 seconds of penalties and still managed to be 3 seconds faster than the rest of the field. But he had a very surprising semi-final and finished well down the list and couldn't make the top 10. So he is a big out for this final.
Yeah, I thought he would have taken real confidence from his heats because the course is quite similar in semis and finals to that heats course. So big surprise there. But his loss is the gain of our finalists coming up.
Probably the best qualified paddler in the final is Neč Palencic from Slovenia. He's been in 2 previous Junior World Championships. He finished 5th in 2017 and 8th and 9th last year. So he will be looking at an opportunity to maybe make the podium this year. For so many of the rest, this is uncharted waters.
Yeah.
Well and truly uncharted water. We're about to get underway. The first paddler on the course, the lone Frenchman in the final. And after the dominance of the French this morning, just one Frenchman in this final, Adrian Fischer. This is his first big final. For the young guys doing canoe, Rob, what's the traps for them on this course?
Of course, the same traps as we've had all day. So gate 6 and 9, tough, big turning moves, either spin or direct, and then gates 11 and 15, the two up, well, the up left and up right, real challenges to maintain your speed and keep work running. So that's probably the big thing in C1. You've only got one blade. You have to use the water. You have to be really smart about how you use your body. As we see Fischer starting his way down, it looks like a really good start. He pushed his hips in beautifully there. Long stroke.
One of his teammates, Marcus, gave him advice after he won the gold this morning. Really touched it up, gate 5. Yes.
Just brushed it with his forearm. So just overextending with the bottom arm there a little bit. So it's something you have to watch out for. You have to use your body in C1 because you do only have one blade. That's something I think we'll see a lot of the juniors doing is switching. So it's much more the new school style of paddling. Getting a bit radical there, a bit of rodeo, sinking the tail. It runs that round nicely. So Fischer looks like a bit of a catch to me, Ross.
Looking solid
So the advantage to switching, which is probably really pioneered by the C1 women, again, is that you can be on the upstream blade, which allows you to track much more efficiently. As you can see here, Fish is really powering down through the slow water bed, ducks underneath. To slow the boat down a little bit. You want to keep the boat flowing as much as possible, and by here his arms will be absolutely burning.
Big French contingent on the far side, of course, cheering on getting into the line.
Through the last stopper.
Really, I was going to say, needs to go under 100. Just gone over that jump. I don't know that will be good enough to pinch in the middle. But first one down there, everybody can beat that time. So
it's a good marker. I think he's into the shout there. You might be wearing that touch. Penalties are worth double in the final.
Simon from Poland, of course, hometown paddler, 17th in the Junior World Championships last year. So he'll be looking to build on that and hometown support. I'm sure that he will grow a set of wins. This course should hold 2 years for him.
Gives himself room. Nice tight entry and exit as well. So we're just going to set up the director. That would have been very adventurous, and he gets stuck on the tail, but good reaction. Pulls it back on track, so takes the nose around below, runs it up on the crossbow.
Polish fans in the background, very enthusiastic now. They've already had a silver medal this morning.
Yeah, and they've got something to cheer about now. So very nicely done, runs it around. Don't want to come in too high and start up, so coming in a little bit low. Looks like he loses time, but the water's so boiling in there that it helps him to keep the speed on the boat and run around. So big effort. The poles are known for their brute strength. And he's done really well. Has to get a little bit sticky, throws it around. Quick body movements, normally a signal that he's in trouble, but he's back on track. Silly touch there, really. Just really put his arm into it. Now he has to work doubly hard. We saw a lot of time changing hands down the bottom here in the under-23s. Can he fly in and out of the last gate number 20? So he pushes the hips in. That's well done. That's one of the quickest ups we've seen.
Time there. I think you cross first. Just. Yes. Whoa, just right.
400th of a second.
So that is as tight as you want to make it, but he's currently sitting in the gold medal position. But again, 99.22. That's silly, as you called it, Rob. That was a really careless penalty, wasn't it?
It certainly was. So 2 touches now from both competitors.
Now tell us what you know about Jack Egan. Of course, a New Zealander, been around for a little while, been in the Oceania Championships a few times.
Yeah, he's a big strapping lad from New Zealand. Wouldn't look out of place in the second row in the All Blacks team. And surprisingly, he's got quite a short paddle, but the reason for that is he likes to keep that paddle really vertical, particularly on the crossbow. That helps him. Getting a little bit sticky, and he's in trouble for gate 7. No, he's going to have to go back around. Unfortunately, he has been paddling so smoothly, like keeping his body really quiet, quite quiet, and unfortunately a little bit of a panic set in there. And you saw him throwing his body around.
He got into trouble on gate before, didn't he, Rob? And then he just really corrected that properly, and that threw him into trouble the next time.
So Jack's one of the juniors who doesn't switch as much as he picks up his touch on 11. So he's just overreaching again. He's using his arms a lot now. Jack's strength is connecting to both using the body. Yeah, you're right. He just got stuck on the wave at gate 6. He wasn't able to re-accelerate on the crossbow. To gate 15 now. Looking around.
Touch on gate 14 as well, so unfortunately his medal hopes have been dashed. I think he's going to be well and truly out of the mix here. But good experience for him to be in a World Championship final.
Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is. Jack's been doing really well in the ECA Cups, the local European junior races, and so good to see his form carrying through here into the final. And I'm sure he'll learn a lot from this race.
So unfortunately for Jack, the penalties and that problem he had having to go back for a gate is always going to make life difficult for him. The next paddler on the course, Felix Gottling from Germany. I believe this is his first final, so really a learning experience for him as well.
Another mountain of a man. I was very surprised that he was a junior.
He's German. They build the Germans big and tough.
So he
certainly looks strong. Look at the muscle. He is a very, very powerful individual. Let's see what he's like here on this one.
Got the classic Augsburg colours, club colours on his boat. Very proud tradition there in Augsburg. So, that was nice. So really used the edges to rip the eddy and throw himself back into the current. About to say that was looking very tasty, but just snuck it in a little bit too tight. Now he's see how much turning he's doing. So every turning stroke he's doing means that he's not able to put the forward speed on, and that's going to cost him down the bottom.
A little bit of a trouble there for him, so he's got himself in a spot of bother there. Very slow around that gate.
Yeah, that's the problem. So some people are embracing switching, which I believe is the future.
Yep.
Others not so much, and it can pay the price, especially in the junior ranks where you don't have the power and the strength to recover in dangerous positions on the crossbar.
It's going to be just outside the top two. Nearly almost 5 seconds out. So unfortunately, unless something dramatic happens, but there's still 6 paddlers to go. So I don't think Felix Bertling will find himself in the mix for medals, but we don't know. It's a field of juniors, so they've already had one race today. It's a big ask to get out there and do another one. It's a tough course, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is.
Adam Krakow from the Czech Republic.
That was looking very, very stylish, very smooth. Just the edge control to rock from the inside to outside edge and build the pressure. It allows him to carry the speed for the exit as he gets caught up a little bit high, turning above, but that's well done. Able to turn it back, so righty.
At the moment, the Polish crowd are very happy because their man is sitting in the number 1 position. Wouldn't it be incredible if he could hold on there for this event?
Certainly would. Poles have picked up 1 silver medal today. I'm sure they'd be absolutely delighted with another. Eyes might be deceiving me there. But he's looking smooth. He's got a very long stroke rate. Similar to Balta or Chalupka. His older team compatriot, but he goes very tight. Starting to show a bit of flair down the bottom here. Kral. So needs to just keep it on top. He's in touch, 1.2. I think that was just a water touch. So we'll have to wait for confirmation from the judges, but looks to me just to be water against 17. Gives himself room. And it's to fly and push the hips in deep. Wrap around. Oh, he's getting a bit edgy. You can see that it's burning the arms, burning through the core. Can he make it there in time?
Just out. Third position. So, but it's clean. I think that's our first clean or second clean run. Oh no, first clean run of the final.
Yeah.
So he'd be happy with that he went clean, but unfortunately just got himself into trouble on a couple of the gates to have to settle for third at this stage. Now Alfie Boot from the UK, he has been paddling very well this week. I think he's a bit of a smoky in this field.
Yeah, I agree. I like his style.
For those at home who don't know what a smoky is, just somebody that we think might cause a bit of an upset. He's looked strong on the water so far, and his time was pretty good in the semi-final. I think he had a touch or two, which
a little kick off the wave there for Boot. But he's like he got back on track there. And nicely done. Control it. Always coming off the back, and I think he's gone behind. Yeah, so big mistake there.
And a touch as well when he went back around it. So
adding insult to injury for Boot there.
So Oh, and another one there. It's all going a bit pear-shaped. The commentator's curse again has struck. And I apologise for the Boot family watching at home that I've done this to your boy, but he's still looking strong. He's really pushing it in. He's going to fight to the line here, I think. But unfortunately, 2 gate touches, having to go back for that gate lob, which a couple of the paddlers have had to do already. Tell you what, if you were waiting in the sheds to go, your coach would be telling you, just stay clean, and you've got a chance of getting a medal here.
It's wide open, wide open. Again, Boot getting it smooth through this bottom section, showing us why he made the final.
These young guys, I mean, obviously Paris 2024, even Los Angeles 2028 is what's on their long-term horizon, their long-term focus. This is all a learning experience for them.
They'll be lacing up for those events,
look
for sure.
at that, 4 seconds of penalties, and he's only 2 seconds off the lead. So
yeah, so fastest raw time so far for Boot with a 97.21. We just had another penalty put on.
Yeah,
so
6 seconds of penalties now, which is devastating for Alfie Boot. This is the guy who I think would be favourite for the gold medal. Nec Palencic from Slovenia. He's got the record, he's got the runs on the board, he's got the experience. If a junior can have experience, he's done 2 junior world championships before. He was 9th last year, 5th back in 2017. So
taking a conservative line at the top.
Yeah, he probably looked at how everyone else has gone and knows he doesn't have to do anything too drastic to be in the show here. This is where so many others have fallen apart just here.
I mean, we saw Justin build his way into the run. So he's 1.5 seconds down, but that is flying, but he's touched the gate. So just when we thought he was starting to really kick up a gear, he takes his penalty, and now afterburners are going to really have to come on.
Are you surprised, Rob? Is it nerves or what's happening out there that we're seeing so many simple mistakes being made by these young paddlers?
Yeah, I'd say a bit of nerves. The water does change, particularly at the top. But he's nailed that time.
Wow,
So even though he had a touch, he's taken some nice short fast lines at the bottom section here. I thought he was building up the top. Wanted to just make sure of those first couple of moves, and then another touch on gate 20. Could be the difference. I think you'll go into the lead still though. So 98.47.
4 seconds of penalty, he's thrown the paddle away, but I think that's in. Or maybe a bit of frustration because he could have gone so much faster.
A bit of both, I think. Mixed emotions, but he's saluting his supporters, which is great to see.
That is a very fast run with 4 seconds of penalties. That's a pretty good effort there. He'll be angry with him for the 2 gate touches, but if he can hold on and keep the gold, then all will be forgiven, I'm sure. So Daniel Perez, he's your tip. You liked him in the semis.
I did, and the reason I liked him is because of what we just saw in gate 3 there. He is extremely nimble around the gates. He's able to adapt quickly. That's a real telltale for a win here today, as he adapts beautifully there. He looked like he was put his paddle into air, but found the grip again quickly and back on track. So relax, good spin, gets the nose come down quickly, but he takes a touch, and he's having to fight back to the right, another touch. So
still quick.
Counting that error, 3 touches.
And there's another one.
And I think the Spaniard has almost had enough. And he looks very upset with himself.
3 touches in a row, 9, 10 and 11. That is heartbreaking, doing 3 gates in a row like that. You see now he's
the fire's going out of the stroke rate. And that's a real learning curve as well.
You've got to push it through, haven't you?
Yeah, especially with what's happened so far in this final. It's still wide open.
But just for your own learning experience, you can't throw the towel in. And he's obviously devastated with what's happened. He knows he's got 3 touches. He knows his time is slow, but
so it's hurting right now for him.
In fact, the gate 11's been made at 50, so that's probably why he's really annoyed.
Okay, must have been intentional movement of the poles, they've ruled there.
So Daniel Perez will not figure in the medals, but Nek Polencic will. He will definitely get a medal. The question is, what colour for the Slovenian? He will definitely find himself on the podium. James Kettle, I think this guy has been the surprise. He has been the absolute surprise of the World Championship so far. Nothing was known about him before he turned up here, but he has just blown them away.
Yeah, so he's got a full head of steam coming into gate 3. Looking a little bit stuck in behind it. So 1-2 strokes to get up through the gate. He's a switcher, so gives him a little bit more adaptation as he does a very fast spin. I thought he'd taken a little bit too much hold there and got him deep, but again, that adaptation looking very good. Sinks the tail, takes a silly touch, and he's falling off the back like his compatriot Boot. So just a bad line there from Kettle. Overcooked it on the exit.
Disappointing for Kettle. Now he's still put in the hard yards here because he knows that he can possibly still push maybe for a bronze medal position. The time he needs to beat to get into bronze is 99.26 by the Frenchman.
And he is pushing all the way to the finish, Kettle. And jumps through very nice. So he just rolled the edges over the stopper and then pushed his way in 15. That's probably one of the best inches we've seen there. He was able to run the speed and another touch. Unfortunately, just not quite timing the jump, and so having to rig the boat around and collecting it with the front of his nose.
You've got to say, Robert, it hasn't been a high-quality final, has it, in terms of skills? And I mean, it is crying out for somebody to come down and turn this course apart.
It's a shame because we saw some excellent paddling in the semi. They all earned their position with high-quality paddling.
So Poland, the host nation, has got itself another medal, at least a silver. At the worst, it'll be a bronze for Simon Narodulski, Nek Polencic, a gold or a silver. This is the one guy who can upset them all, though. Ludwig Marcus from Slovakia, eighth last year.
Touches the first gate. Yeah. And he is the #1 ranked athlete here, and another touch on gate 3, so it's not a good start for Ludovic.
We're looking now at a final where only one athlete has gone clean for the entire run, which is quite remarkable. I know this is juniors, and so you cut them a bit of slack, but as you said, Rob, the semi-final was a much better quality than this final has been. It's been really a very, very interesting race, but I think Nek Polencic, he may have that gold medal around his neck because there's another touch there, so this is slipping away now as well for Marcus as well. Wow.
That smile is getting bigger and bigger on Polencic's face.
It's been good for him. I mean, his third final. He's started off 5th back in 2017, 9th last year, so for him now to finish with a gold medal, I assume that he'll be up in the under-23s next year, but it's a good result for him, and 4 seconds of penalties today, he still managed to win the gold. That's a good return.
Excellent. I think he would have been a little bit worried as he crossed the line, but yeah, he left the door open, but these boys haven't been able to snatch victory away from him. And Ludovic, you can see why he's ranked #1 here. Like the style he has, the way he keeps the paddle vertical, running the boat in and around. Really good connection. It's just, unfortunately, execution today hasn't gone his way as he finishes in time of 102.77, 4.3 down.
So congratulations to our medalists. Unofficial, of course, at this stage, but they're shaking each other's hands in the presentation area because it's Nek Polencic from Slovenia. 4 seconds of penalties, but it didn't matter today for him. 98.47. Reasonably comfortable over the Polish hope. Simon Narodulski, 2 silver medals for Poland today. They'd be very happy with that in second place. And Adrian Fisher, who was the first paddler on the course in the final, he has managed to hold on, sit there nervously waiting while everyone else went out there. He's held on for 3rd position. All of the paddlers picking up penalties, but it didn't matter in the end, Rob. Congratulations, Nek Polencic, but it really was a final where if anybody had just got their act together and done a decent run, they would have had better than even chance of taking a gold medal.
Yeah, no, 100% there, Ross. Not the best, but you have to perform on the day and in the final, and that's what counts. So to the winner go the spoils. Congratulations to the Slovenian team. It's their first medal of the championships, so they'll be elated with that. And they've got some hopes in the ladies K1 as well.
Indeed they have. We'll be crossing down in just a moment to hear from our gold medalist, Nek Palencic. I'm sure here he is.
Here with Ned Sporensky, the new junior world champion. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the first podium for me. So it was a few mistakes on the course, 2 touches, but I'm happy.
And I think the last 2 years you went final and never reached the podium, and today you finally reached the top of the podium. How did you make it?
I don't know why I wasn't so stressed at the start, so I don't know. I'm so happy.
Congratulations to our new world champion. Thank you.
Yeah, he'd be feeling pretty relaxed about getting through and taking that the gold medal with his Reservoir Dogs helmet on.
Looking very cool, very stylish there.
Yeah, what he was saying there, Rob, he said, you know, this is for me. I've made finals twice now, but this is the first time I've made it onto the podium. So he also acknowledged, though, that he didn't have the best of runs with his 2 touches. So I think there's a sense of relief that he managed to sneak away from, and a bit of a highway robbery.
Yeah, massive relief for Palencic. But yeah, I'm sure he'll be looking to build on this and take it through to under 23s and looking to challenge their very strong senior team in the coming years.
So that leads us to the women's kayak final, and incredibly, we have 3 Americans on the course, 3 Czechs, and a Slovenian, an Italian, and an Austrian, and a Slovakian. But wow, the fact that there's 3 Americans in there, Rob, to me is fantastic for the sport and fantastic for the future for women's kayak, because they are going from strength to strength. We've been talking about Evie Litvath, who's been here in the final, and she's been incredible at the World Cup. But the top qualifier here, Madison Corcoran, good pedigree.
Very good pedigree. Yeah. No, I mean, all of them really have a strong pedigree. Madison, her dad's one of the tallest blokes who's ever paddled slalom, but very good paddler in his day. And a lot of the girls in the final actually have been introduced to the sport through their families, and that's one of the great things about our sport is you can get the kids involved from an early age, and yeah, it's just a really good family-oriented sport.
It's a good quality final. Interestingly, Anthony Galaskova, who won it back in 2017 and finished 8th last year, still thinks she probably deserves to start favourite. She had trouble in the finals, picked up in the semi-finals, picked up a couple of gate touches and just managed to squeeze in to the final in 10th position. I think she got 4 seconds of penalties. Well, yes, in the semis, and just squeezed in that 10th position. I don't think she'll mind being the first one on the course. She'll go down there and set a time, and it could be a good time.
I think she'll relish it. So she's the daughter of Vlada Galaskova, who makes the Galasport boats. So she really has grown up on the water from right from the start, and she's just gone from strength to strength. She was in Australia earlier this year and dominated the Australian Open and Oceania in the juniors. So
she's tall and lanky, and this will be her last year of juniors. She seems to have been around here for a long, long time. I'm sure the rest of the juniors will be glad to see the back of her. But she's a very, very good paddler. If her head's in the right place and she's focused here, we could see a very quick time in the very first run of the final. But she's underway now. Antoni Galaskova, this young junior 18-year-old from the Czech Republic.
She'll be hoping to recreate her country women's under-23 winning run. Emily Hilgertova stormed down earlier today. And it's a good start for Galaskova. Gets out tight, using the wave beautifully. Good spin. So she doesn't get held there. She's able to let the nose go down and keep the boat tracking nice and fast into gate 8. So great start. Bring it up and around. We haven't seen many go direct here, and I don't think we will in the junior women's kayak. to use a lot of the stopper there. A lot more people have been trying to push into the eddy early. It was well done. She's getting a little bit caught on the exit. But so far she's managing to keep the run on the boat. Puts the head down now. Gets a bit of a sprint on.
Is it looking like is she taking risks, Rob, or is she being quite conservative here?
It's not risky, but she's still keeping the boat flowing.
Touch on it.
Yeah, just nicked it.
Yeah.
With the bottom of the blade. Sorry, with the shaft, sorry.
But we know she's fast, and I don't think that will rule her out of a gold medal possibility.
Yeah, she's taking a little bit of speed off the boat here and there as she comes down through the bottom section, so not quite maintaining her speed as we saw Emily Hilbertova doing earlier today. But she comes through. It's a good time, 100.91, so the fastest time in the semi-final was Madison Corcoran, 101.18, so she has set a good bar.
Yeah, that is a really tough bar to climb over. First paddler on the course, so the challenge has been laid down, and the first one to take up that challenge will be her Czech teammate Katarina Bakova. She was 4th last year, Katarina Bakova, in Ivrea, so she is a very accomplished paddler, as they all are, from the Czech Republic.
Yeah, they've got a great system in the Czech Republic. Races every week, and she comes in very high. So that was dangerous. There's a bit of flair shown by Bakova. Just going to have to hope it wasn't too much on the limit. But no penalties appearing so far.
There is an asterisk up already alongside her name, so they've already knew it was
at the moment.
We're going to check that one. It was tight.
She's slightly down, 1.4 down. But we did see Galaskova take a touch.
Very slow around that gate too, so find yourself.
She knew she had to attack out of these, so a couple of big strokes to really get the boat moving, and now she's back up to speed. So we'll have to wait for the second split to see how the time's stacking up. Still have an asterisk, so we're still waiting on confirmation. Good jump in, sweeps up, and just has to wait a little bit to get out tight. It's not a pleasant exit out of gate 15 to 16.
It hasn't been a beautiful run by any stretch, but she's getting the job done.
Exactly, it's a workmanlike run. And keeps the speed on off the edge of the stopper. Leans back, that was very tidy. Oh, which is in.
Oh dear, oh dear. Wow, what happened there, Rob?
The water there is very boily, so if you put too much pressure on the paddle, it can just disappear from underneath you. Oh, heartbreak for the young Czech. She crosses the line, 5.87 down.
I don't think she was going to. Wasn't going to go under Galaskova's time anyway, but she's put herself probably out of the middle chance there. But let's just wait. The asterisk is still next to her name, by the way. Now here's the first of the Americans, Ria Shriva, who seems to have also been around for a long time. I think she went to the Olympics in Rio.
Yeah,
in 2016, so she is an Olympian.
No, Ashley Nee was in.
Ashley Nee was there, that's right.
Yeah. Yep. But Ria has, she's had a lot of experience. And another one who I can't believe is only 16. I know she would have been 18. But she is fast and really one for the future.
Unfortunately, Katarina Bakova has just had a 50 put on her time, so she's well and truly out of the mix for a medal, unfortunately for Katarina Bakova. But that leaves it open for the rest of the field.
First split time, 2 seconds down. There is a lot of time. So she might be level pegging now with Galaskova with her touch. We'll have to wait and see. So she's been maintaining her speed. Pushes up on top. A little bit heavy, but that's, I was about to say, a great turnaround. A little bit too tight. Just cops it on the top blade on the exit.
A lot of touches on gate 15.
Yeah, it is. You really want to cut the exit there, so the temptation is to get out really tight, and for some that temptation is too strong. Shriva.
One minute to go. I don't think she's going to challenge for the gold.
But she'll move into second
touch on
position.
20 is going to be costly.
I didn't see the touch.
there is an asterisk, so I'll go back and have a look at that. But currently sitting in second position, but that time 106.44 is.
You wouldn't think it would stand the test.
It's outside the top 10 times to qualify for this. Now, this girl was very impressive in the qualifying rounds. Lucy Nesna-Dolova, she was third in 2017, 27th last year, so she'll be looking to bounce back and get back to her best form, of course, from the very strong Czech Republic stable. And she would, I'm sure, be aware of what her teammate has done.
It was nicely done. I thought she was just dropping a little bit low there, but maintained her position, recovered. She's probably coming a little bit lower than she'd hoped into gate 8. But we'll run it out, just getting a little bit stuck. For a second there, I thought she was going direct, but she will be down 1.7. And again, just dropping off the back of the stopper. So losing a little bit more time. It's such a brutal gate, gate 11. If you get on the wrong side of the bubble, it can just punish you.
Just see on the inset there of the emotions as the Czech teammates console each other, because that is Antoni consoling her teammate Katarina, who picked up a 50-second penalty. You can see the devastation for these young kids. So much. It does mean the world to them.
They've been training really hard. It's been great to come out and watch everyone. And
their teammate is putting in a pretty decent run here. She is clean so far, and she's quite fast. Yeah.
Down. So we're looking to move into second place here if she can stay clean. Very tight entry. Lost a little bit of time on the exit. She comes down, punches through that last stopper, across the line, 3.2 down, and in second place.
It's good enough for second at this stage, though. And we've still got a few pretty good paddlers to come, though. And the next girl, this girl here, she is an exciting prospect. I think she's from a good paddling family as well, of course.
Yeah, her dad C1m was on the Slovenian C1 team for a long, long time. One of the original switchers, the pioneers of switching in C1. So she's one who's very, very handy in C1 also. Looking good in the kayak here and looking to deliver for Slovenia as she does a very good spin, holds the inside pole, short lines, good vertical blade.
She's the defending world champion in the juniors. So she had a great year last year in Italy.
Absolute stormer.
And she's fast.
She is fast, so 0.13 up on the right side of the bubble, runs it around, getting a little bit sticky. So, yeah, you can just see, looks like she's on the treadmill there. Just to bury the blades completely and get going. She's got like a different forward stroke style. Really hunches the shoulders, but maintains very good body position as she's almost stuck on the entry into 15. Lost a little bit of speed, and if you're going slow in the water there, it can really punish you. Very tight on 16. We'll have to just wait for that as she's 1 second down at the second split. Good speed. She is really attacking moves. We saw Antoni Galiskova just taking the pace off a little bit into the last move, but she's
just outside the gold, I think, but I think she'll go into the silver position.
Yeah, so this will challenge for a medal, I think.
Yep. So slips into the second spot. It's a clean run though, which is great to see. There's an asterisk next to her name. I don't know which gate they'd be looking at. Ron, did you pick anything up?
I think it might be gate 16. I wasn't sure if she just touched it on the inside pole.
Now Martha Bertuccelli, who is very accomplished in kayak and canoe, really good, exciting. Oh, there's an early touch which will really annoy her, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's had a great start to the season on the World Cup circuit. In her C1, but she's here in the final in K1. Really nice move across there. She just drops a little bit low, but they're doing really good recoveries to get back on track. So can she absorb that 2-second penalty? Not by doing that, she can't. So she's copped another one, just running a little bit too short. Stroke's getting a little bit tappy, Ross, and when they do that, they're losing that pressure on the blade. means that they can't adapt as quick because blades in the air are a little bit too much. So I think Bertoncelli just needs that change of pace, change of gear through the technical sections. Now she needs to put the hammer down, absolutely fly now.
Well, with a lot of these athletes who do both C1 and K1, it is fantastic to see, but is it, I mean, they have to divide their training, some of them have to, they try and spend equal time doing both. Is that a bit of a problem that they don't just focus, if they're not just focusing on one discipline and trying to develop their skills in that discipline?
Potentially yes, but there is a lot of crossover. The C1 helps you to listen to the water a little bit more, and whereas the kayak helps you to build that engine. And I think we've seen another touch by Bertoncelli on the last up, just in the blade. So she'll slip back into 5th position, 6.73 seconds behind the leader. So yeah, it is a bit of a balancing act. It's something that you have to learn because it is part of our sport now. So the very best in the world, Jess Fox, is very accomplished in both classes. So it's not impossible.
Valerie Franklin, Kimberly Woods, yeah, they're all. And as we saw earlier today, Teresa Fizarova, who's becoming a very accomplished kayak paddler as well. So this is Antonia Obschbach from Austria. She is a very, very accomplished paddler, 7th back in 2017 in the Junior World Championship. So she's been around for a couple of years. Early touch though again, Rob, which sets them back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just puts a little bit of pressure on you mentally, really. Thinking, right, everything from here has to be bang on. Her spins have been excellent so far. So gate 6 and 7, gate 6 and 9, very good, but she's leaning on that outside stroke on the stopper, and that makes her a little bit slow, but she carried the speed in quite nicely. So the sister of Felix.
Felix is a former junior world champion.
Yeah, so pretty good family. She's jumping in, just getting a little bit nervous for her here as another touch comes on because she does need to push the pace now. She'll be down significantly here, so 2.4 down. So without that last touch, she would have been really challenging.
Yes, very impressive speed. So as you said, Rob, 4 seconds now penalties. Unfortunately, that's going to make it very hard for her. She could find herself in 3rd position now if she can really push for the line. She might just, but I think she'll be just outside. Yes. Oh no, she's right in there. Yep, 3rd spot. Wow. She will look at that and go, wow, how did I do that with 2 gate touches? But that just goes to show how things are looking at the moment. 104.06, only by 0.05 of a second. Now here's the mystery. Well, she's not a mystery. We know she's fantastic. Oh, look at that start. She is really going out. She is attacking this rock. Evie Leadfast, she has been a revelation this year on the Senior World Cup circuit. Picked up a C1 bronze at the last World Cup. She's been doing both K1 and C1 for just 15. She's been waiting to be old enough to be able to compete at the World Cups. We know she's a talent. Can she put it together today?
And she's gone direct, right? No, bit of a back off, but that is fast. I think that's a great option by Evie there. I love watching her. She's so aggressive. She just looks like doesn't leave anything out on the water. She picks up a touch. So that's part of what comes with her. Because of her aggression, she will throw the body around. Gets in very tight. She's got an unusual forward stroke style, but what she does so well is use her hips to drive the boat.
She's only tiny, absolutely tiny, but she's been paddling in Europe for a while at the junior, at the European level, the European junior level. Yes, exactly. So
another touch.
There. So and that was a pretty careless touch, that one. So
and you can see how fast she is, because even with those 2 touches, she's only 0.28 down. So she won't put the brakes on at the bottom here. She will fly all the way to the bottom. Can she make it up? I think she can. No, she can't with the touch. I'm sorry. Putting the commentator's curse on again.
Yeah, those 3 touches. She's still going to finish in the bronze position at this stage, I think. So yes, just squeezes into 3rd. But look at that, 6 seconds of penalties. How costly will that be? Well, we already know. incredibly costly because she would have been 96 seconds, which is amazing. It's flying. Just too many mistakes there, unfortunately for Evie Liebhardt. There was an asterisk next to her name. I think her touches were pretty clean. They were pretty clear, I mean, so...
I think they might just be checking if her head correctly navigated the last up because of the swinging. But I think she'll be okay there with just the 6 touches.
So Galaskova has a medal. It's a question of what colour will it be, because Slovakia's Zuzana Penkova, who I don't know a lot about, Rob. She's fairly new on the scene, I think. Do you know anything about it?
No, I don't.
Her paddling pedigree, but she's certainly been paddling strong. Of course, Slovakia, they make it pretty tough.
She's one of the smallest paddlers out on the circus, which makes her extremely light, so she'll just float over these features like they don't even exist. 0.39 down, see jumping about over the stoppers, going a little bit long there. Head down, trying to do the hard work to get the boat moving again. That's not her strength, trying to do that muscle move out of gate 11. So now she needs to get the boat moving again. Float it through into 15 as she gets caught in the stopper again, so she's not tracking into 15, and that's really hurt her speed maintenance in the 15.
But still clean. She's clean, which is very important. So she's less than a second down. So
you just see as she was going through the 17, she was still having to push hard to the left. So even though the next gate was right, so just taking a few longer lines here. So 94 in the last stop. I think she'll challenge for a medal here.
it should be just outside, unfortunately, for this young lady. She's just 4th, yes. So for someone who's possible, we're pretty certain this is her first World Championship final. It's a mighty fine effort to be sitting in 4th, but so that means that Hosova and Galaskova both had medals. The question is, can Madison Corcoran, this tall girl from the United States, can she upset the apple cart here and win the Americans a gold medal?
I have to say, the Americans have been starting and sprinting straight down through the eddy, which is surprising. I guess it makes the entry into gate 1 a bit easier. That seemed to work for her in the semi-final. That's a great up. It's such a fast eddy, that, and you really have to control it. She's going for a late spin. She's going to have to ferry glide back up and do a big turnaround. So she's on recovery mode at the moment. As Evie's watching on nervously.
There's a gate touch there, unfortunately. So, but what this all means, of course, Robin, is that the Americans will get a medal. They're absolutely guaranteed of getting a medal. It's just a question of what colour it will be, because this is the last competitor on the course, Madison Corcoran. Trains in Washington, D.C., I believe.
Okay. Not sure whether they're spending a lot of time up in Deep Creek.
Yeah, for sure.
That was the course for the 2014 World Champs. And it's a big whitewater course, so I think we saw a lot of her whitewater skill up on gate 9 as she used the top stopper to do it beautifully, and she's maintaining the speed at the bottom. Needs to get the boat moving downstream. She's just sliding around a little bit.
Certainly this has not been as clean a run, as nice a run as her semi-final, which was very impressive run. This one she's struggled a little bit.
I think people are
fatigue maybe kicking in as well.
Yeah, possibly. I think some of the paddlers might be thinking that they need to do something special, but really all that's required is just a good solid run.
Well, there you go. That's a Jimmy Hacknell. Well, I'm sure that, look, it's not her best run, but that's a good result. And look at Antoni Galaskova. Look at these 3 young girls here. They're pretty relaxed, Rob. They're enjoying themselves. Congratulations to them. What a fantastic podium we have there. Antoni Galaskova, as we predicted, she was the first one on the course. She set that time, and even with that gate touch, it was too much for everyone to try and I think all the field would be aware of her abilities, and they knew she would set a fast time, so they all knew they had to go out and throw everything at it. She has held on to win this gold medal. Eva Hosova, fantastic run. She was clean, which was good, but just outside Galaskova, and Evie Liebhardt, the 15-year-old from America. 3 gate touches, but still managing to squeeze into the bronze medal position. So she will possibly rue the one that got away.
Just one less touch and she would have been in gold medal position. So
yeah, indeed. there. So, but that's a mighty fine effort at your first Junior World Championships. Really good paddling. Again, we saw, as with the men, Rob, it wasn't the greatest of finals. There was a lot of problems, a lot of touches, a lot of issues for the girls, but it's a learning experience for all of them, isn't it?
It certainly is. It certainly is.
Just looking down the list there, Lucy Nesnadilova was also clean, but she had some problems, had to get herself out of a bit of a wash there at one stage.
Yeah, Oshmutz, again, she could have been in a gold medal position.
Yeah,
Congratulations to Antonia Garuskova, our new junior world champion. How do you feel about it?
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm so surprised because it wasn't a perfect run. We were thinking about the course a lot and I still can't believe it. So I'm so grateful.
And you were junior world champion 2 years ago. Last year you made a final, didn't make it, and you're back. How did you make it?
Maybe it was good that last year was pretty bad for me, that I was 8. It got me more motivation to work harder, and here I am.
That's great. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Yeah, very interesting, Rob, what she just said, that maybe last year coming 8th was the best thing that happened to her, because it gave her so much more motivation to get out there this year and to really nail it, because she was the reigning world champion last year. I remember seeing her, over here after her final, and she was quite devastated that she hadn't been able to defend her world title. She's come out here this year though, and she has really been determined from day one. A really fine paddling performance and a worthy junior world champion in her final year of competition at this level. She's really going to be a star of the future, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a great lesson to all the juniors here, to learn from your mistakes, your challenges, and to come back stronger from it, because that's certainly what she did from last year. So congratulations again to Galuskova, and yeah, look forward to seeing her on the tour for many years to come.
Yeah, unfortunately, because she's from the Czech Republic, she'll probably have to wait a few years to get in the senior team. It's so hard to get there, but there's all her
fierce competition.
Teammates congratulating her. They're all lining up to, there's our boss, Jean-Michel Prono. They're saying congratulations. You can see in the background there, Amelie Hilbertova, already a gold medalist today. She'll be pretty happy that there's another gold medal coming to the Czech Republic. It is exciting, Rob, seeing these. You've competed in the juniors before. The World Championships is fantastic, but for the juniors, it's a special event, isn't it, for them?
Oh, it certainly is. For many of the juniors, it's their first real taste of international competition, and it feels like the Olympics when you're there. It means everything to you because you've put so much work into it. So yeah, I'm so excited to see all these young athletes coming down and really throwing down some amazing moves. Sure, we didn't see some of the cleanest paddling in the final, but the level of the semi-final was incredible. So yeah, the future's looking great.
Yeah, and for a lot of these juniors, this is an opportunity not only to improve their own performances, but I suppose to look and learn what other young paddlers are doing. Because this is their first chance to see, what are the paddlers from the Czech Republic doing? What are the French paddlers doing? How are they training? How are they preparing for races? What's their diet like? It's all such a new experience for them, and they need to be like a sponge, don't they? And just soak up everything and take it away and think, okay, this is what I need to put into my preparation and my training.
Yeah, no, exactly. Couldn't have said it about myself. And the other thing it's really good at is forming these connections early between athletes from different countries, so you can make friends, go and spend some time over in Europe for us Australians, or vice versa. We can encourage the Europeans to come over early and train in our summer.
Yeah, and we're seeing more and more of that happening. And Rob, this year I know that you were there in Penrith. A lot of young paddlers from Europe coming down under in January to escape the European winter, but also to get in that quality training, which it was almost like a world championships, wasn't it, in Penrith, in the Australian Open? The best paddlers in the world were all there, and testing themselves against each other.
Yeah, it was incredible, and the Czechs actually brought a huge junior contingent, which was good to see, and I think it's paying dividends now in the junior ranks, and be a bit of a model for other teams to follow in the future.
For sure. So we've had a great day today. The Czechs picking up 2 gold medals. A gold medal, of course, as well for France, and of course for Palencic in the junior canoe from Slovenia. So a good spread. Minor medals as well. Some countries picking up minor medals, especially Poland picking up 2 silver medals. They'll be pretty stoked with that return for today.
Very good return for Poland today.
Unfortunately, we need to see more. It was great to see the Americans picking up a bronze there in the women's event, because the Europeans are always strong. We know they're strong. They have some of the best paddling conditions. I mean, that's what it is, isn't it, Rob? They have the best paddling conditions in the world on their doorstep, every country. Unlike Australia and New Zealand and the United States and Brazil, in a lot of these countries, canoeing is a mainstream sport. You know, in Australia, as you and I both know, canoeing is well down the list in terms of what important sports are in these countries. So it gives the Europeans such a big advantage, doesn't it, having a sport which is well funded, well supported, and having these great facilities.
Yeah, no, that's 100% right. And one of the great things is in Europe, you've got weekly races across the continent where people can learn how to race in high pressure situations, which is just invaluable. So you can go to your training and test out your new techniques. So yeah, it's very envious of the European system, but we're looking to try and build a similar.
Well, we know there's a fantastic course now in Auckland, of course, Rob, which will host the next Junior World Championship. No, not the next one. They'll be hosting 2021. They'll be hosting the World Junior and Under-23 World Championships, which is fantastic. That we're heading back down to Penrith, of course, have hosted the event before, but fantastic that Auckland will have this. They've got this great course already. Have you paddled it? What's it like?
I have. I paddled there after I retired, so possibly wasn't in the best shape to paddle it, but it's a great course, lots of fun. Big stoppers, nice tight squeezes, water moving everywhere. So it's a whitewater paddling stream down there in New Zealand, and then you've got the natural water that you can go and paddle as well. So I'd highly recommend to everyone to get down to New Zealand and come over to Australia for a bit more fun.
And of course, we'll have a venue in Tokyo, which is up and running. So that's another venue. We know that in Thailand, they're building a slalom venue there, which apparently is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking good from the videos I've seen, and we had some great Thai paddlers racing earlier in the week, and a demo runner as well, looking very strong. So,
and we understand also, Rob, apparently the course in Beijing is working again, and we understand that the cobwebs are being dusted away, and we might have that up and running as well. There's also a course in Indonesia, which was used for the Asian Championships, of course. So that's the important thing for the future of canoe slalom, that these new venues come online, and it gives the opportunity for people in the southern hemisphere to get out and train regularly and compete in different areas against different teams, because that's the only way that the sport will grow in those areas and try and compete with the facilities that they have here in Europe, which is second to none, of course.
That's excellent news.
So we're just waiting for the medal presentation, which will be coming along very, very soon. Of course, it's the afternoon finals. Of course, the first medal presentation will be in the junior C1 finals. Of course, Slovenia's Palencic, Poland's Simon Nowobulski, of course, and France's Adrian Fischer, the medalists in that event. And then we'll have the women's junior K1w tomorrow, Rob. Looking forward to some more finals tomorrow, of course. The opposite to what we had today in terms of the classes and the age divisions. So anything you're looking forward to tomorrow in particular?
C1 women is going to be the highlight for me tomorrow. I was blown away by the level of paddling in the heats from the C1 women in the under-23s and juniors, but just to see how the tactics, that's going to be the really interesting part for me.
Well, know, Rob, there are a lot of people who questioned when it was announced that women's C1 was going to be included in the Olympics. There were some quarters who thought that maybe the sport would not progress quick enough to be ready for Tokyo, and that the level would not be, high enough, and you would struggle to get, 10 good quality athletes to the line for a women's C1. But I think everybody has been surprised, and you as a former C1 paddler must have just been so impressed by how quickly that sport is growing, and the women's C1 is just really coming along.
Yeah, it is. It's so good to see, and as I mentioned earlier, I really believe that the C1 women have now helped to pioneer a new avenue for the sport, with switching becoming more mainstream in both male and female. So yeah, I just thank them and thank everyone who pushed so hard to get C1 women in our sport.
And it wasn't easy. I mean, we all know that unfortunately, and Rob, this is something close to your heart because you were a C2 paddler. And unfortunately, it didn't fit into the IOC dream of having, equal men, equal women, both in terms of quotas and events. So a tough decision had to be taken, and it's still being felt in canoeing circles. But in the end, it was a question of if you wanted the sport of slalom to remain in the Olympics, it was a decision that had to be taken. And it is good to see women's canoe coming along so quickly and seeing some fantastic paddlers who are now just absolutely ripping courses apart. But yeah, I mean, it was a tough decision for the C2 men for sure.
Yeah, very tough decision. C2, I may be biased, but it is
Maybe.
maybe. But it's one of the great classes in slalom, because it's the only time where we get to work as a team. However, like you said, to fit in with the IOC, it's a change that we had to make. It was the right decision, and I'm just so stoked to see the girls ripping the course apart as we go through into Tokyo.
And good to see some of the really strong C2 paddlers who are now, like Franz Anton from Germany, who is a world champion now. He's gone into C1, and he is really set the bar really high, and is a strong gold medal prospect for Tokyo next year in the C1.
Yeah, Franz Anton, Luka Bozic.
Yep.
I think I saw one of the Brzezinski brothers from Poland as well is now at the kite, actually, which isn't so common to see them move in the kite. But yeah, there's plenty of others. Dave Florence, still going strong.
Dave Florence,
and he's now switching himself. So yeah, C2 lives on in some of these paddlers, and I still think it's a great learning curve for a lot of people on how to manage the boat.
And C2 mixed, of course, is there. We had some good entries here in Krakow. I noticed there wasn't an Australian C2 mixed. Well, I thought you would have been pushing that, being a C2 man yourself, but I'm sure in the future we'll see an Australian C2 mixed boat going down the course. But that is obviously an event which is still there and available. And extreme slalom as well, of course, has grown as well. That's being added to the program here, and seems to be growing in popularity. I think we've got big numbers entering in for this weekend, for Sunday.
Yeah, well, I think extreme slalom's the 2020 version, cricket reference here for our international viewers. But it's fast and fun, gets everyone involved. I think it's something that we can help to build the sport. Have a Friday night series at your local club where we do the extreme slalom, and yeah, it's great for the sport.
I think we're very close now to a medal presentation. Just waiting for instructions. I think we are waiting for instructions about whether we'll be able to fit the medal ceremony in. So we're going to have a repeat, first of all, of a medal ceremony from this morning that unfortunately, Rob, had to be cancelled because of the problem with the sound system. So this is the mixed under 23 C2 from yesterday. I can tell just by looking at that. I can see Antoni Galaskova there, who's going to be up twice for a medal.
She's
Czechs 1 and 2.
legs, stepping up onto the podium twice.
Yeah. I went and had a look, you know, between the events, Rob. I went and had a closer look at the podium. This has got to be the best podium in the world.
Will be
It's not bad.
presented
This
by
and
Mr.
Tartan,
Tadeusz Wróblewski.
two of the best podiums going around.
It's so much better than these
President.
fake ones, isn't
He
it?
is
The wooden
accompanied
podiums. Here you've
by
got a couple
the
of
head
big slabs
of the Czech
rock
delegation.
sitting there.
Brązowym
And, as you said,
medalistą
there's no step
Mistrzostw
to get
Świata
up on there.
Juniorów
Have a look at the
młodzieżowców
size of
do
that number one
23
podium. As if these athletes haven't done enough
C2
to win a gold medal. Their legs are just aching, their
Jest
arms are aching,
zespół.
and they've got to climb up there.
Bronze
But I
medalist
reckon they're floating on such a high at the moment that
Russia.
they don't care.
Daria
They'll just leap up there. So this is a repeat
Igor Mikhailov.
from this morning. Unfortunately, there were some technical difficulties this morning, so they're awarding the medals again.
So good to see the Russians picking up the bronze. Yeah, I think mixed C2 is a great idea as well. And I hope it does continue to grow in our sport, because, like I said, in our sport there's not many opportunities to work as a team. And to see both men and women working together in
Srebrnym
the boat
medalistą
is a great
Mistrzostw
story, I think, for our
Świata
sport.
juniorów i młodzieżowców dla 23
yeah, I
konkurencji
really
Kanady,
hope
jak
it continues
dwójek
to grow.
mixed dla 23 została Sada.
Unfortunately, we don't have
Silver
confirmation
medalist
of Olympic
representing
places for it
the
yet.
Czech
I think there'd be a lot more
Republic.
growth if we
Wojciech
could
Hega,
pick it up.
Antonia
Absolutely, that is what
Galuskova.
it- there we go. Look at that. Well, he's what a very excited couple, of course. Antoni Galaskova,
Yeah.
who is a junior, of course, but she was competing in this under 23 with Wojciech Hega and winning the silver.
Yeah, he's had a great start to the season in C1 Hega, and is one of the best switchers on the scene at the moment.
Didn't make the final though today,
No,
so that was a
real
big
surprise.
shock. Yeah.
Both him and Chalupka not making the final.
Złotym
Congrats on his,
medalistą
silver
i
medal in
mistrzem
C2
świata,
with,
mistrzem świata juniorów młodzieżowców dla 23 w konkurencji
Gold
C2
also for the
mixed
Czechs. Gianna
dla 23
Matulkova and Wojciech
została
Mrozek.
Osada.
Gold medalist and
wearing the
world
number one
champion
bib,
in the mixed
and,
canoe
deservedly
double
so, because
under
they delivered.
23
I watched
at the
that final and that
2019
was very
ICF
impressive.
Canoe Slalom Junior
So,
and under 23 World
Something different with
Championships
mixed C2 is
representing
is
the
tactics
Czech
of where you
Republic.
put
Jana
in front of
Matulkova,
Yes.
Wojciech
Tell me the
Mrozek.
secret. What's your thinking of this? Oh my God, it's hard to get up there.
It is a huge step. So the Czechs have gone for the man in the front with Mrozek and Matulkova. So the front paddler in general has to be very strong to be able to drive the boat forwards, whereas the back paddler in general has more control over the steering of the boat. But the problem with having the taller paddler in the front and the heavier paddler in the front is
Proszę
that it's
o
hard to turn
odegranie
and the back
hymnu
paddler
narodowego
can't
Republiki
see it.
Czech.
So it can be
Ladies and
hard to get
gentlemen,
your timing
please stand
right. So
for the
it's gonna be
national
interesting to see
anthem of
how
the
that
Czech
progresses in the future.
Republic.
Okay, so here's the national anthem for the Czech Republic.
Dziękujemy bardzo.
Well, we'll hear it again in just
Panie
a
i
moment
panowie,
when,
przed Państwem medaliści Mistrzostw Świata Juniorów
when we have
młodzieżowców
the presentation
dla
for
23
the
konkurencji
girls, the junior.
C2 Mixed
C1
do lat
because,
23.
Galaskova
Chwila
will
dla
be up there on top of the
fotoreporterów.
podium again. So
Ladies and
there are
gentlemen,
your medalists
please
from the mixed
acknowledge
C2
the
for the
medalists
under-23,
of the
an
mixed
event which
canoe
was held
double
last night,
under
but
23.
they're awarding the medals today, which is a nice touch because they're awarding a lot of the medals today, and all the athletes are still here, of course. a moment, we'll have the medals from today. We'll start off with the men's canoe junior semi-finals. So just back on the way you structure a boat, Rob, let's just look at the Australians, for example, who don't have a mixed C2, but have two very good C1 paddlers, Jess Fox obviously for the women and Daniel Watkins for the men, and you could imagine if they were in together that they would be a pretty formidable combination. Yeah. But would you, because Jess is so strong, would you put her in the front of the boat?
I don't know. I mean, those two already are doubling up as well, so putting in a third category on top would be a huge ask.
I suppose I'm being a little bit hypothetical here. I'm just wondering how you would structure a boat, what the thinking would be.
I'm not going to give away too many of my secrets. I have some thoughts, but I'll keep my cards close to my chest on them. But yeah, I think potentially you could have Jess in the front and Dan in the back.
Panie i panowie, rozpoczynamy ceremonię wręczenia medali w konkurencji C1 mężczyzn grupa junior w ramach Mistrzostw Świata juniorów i młodzieżowców do lat 23.
Ladies and gentlemen, we begin the medal ceremony for the men's canoe juniors.
Glove in the back, as he'd like to be referred to.
Did he? Is that he coined that for himself? Did he?
Yeah, he's good at that.
Nice. It's always nice when you come up with a nickname for yourself.
Yeah.
So here are our medalists from the men's junior C1 semi-finals.
Panie i panowie, przed państwem medaliści Mistrzostw Świata juniorów młodzieżowców do lat 23 w konkurencji C1 mężczyzn grupa juniorów.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medalists of the men's canoe juniors.
Medale wręczać będą.
The medals will be presented by Mr. Jean-Michel Pronot, International Canoe Federation Canoe Slalom Technical Committee Chairman and member of the International Canoe Federation Board of Directors. He is accompanied by the head of the Slovenian delegation.
Really nice, good kid.
Brązowym medalistą Mistrzostw Świata juniorów i młodzieżowców do lat 23 konkurencji C1 mężczyzn grupa juniorów został
Bronze medalist representing France, Adrien Fischer.
Adrien Fischer from France. He looks pretty happy to have snuck away with the bronze medal after probably not the best run he's ever done, but in terms of how everyone else was going, it was a brilliant run. But a nice bronze medal for Adrien to keep the French medals ticking over today.
Srebrnym medalistą Mistrzostw Świata juniorów młodzieżowców do lat 23 w konkurencji C1 mężczyzn grupa junior został
Silver medalist representing Poland, Szymon Nowobilski.
The local boy up on the podium, up on the stone, the rock, climbs the rock. He's pretty happy to be up there collecting a medal. It was a good run, picked up a gate touch, 2 seconds of penalties, but was still good enough. Only just managed to hold out. He was, what, 0.04 of a second in front of the Frenchman Fischer.
Złotym medalistą i mistrzem świata, mistrzem świata juniorów i młodzieżowców do lat 23 w konkurencji C1 mężczyzn grupa juniorów został
gold medalist and world champion at the 2019 ICF Canoe Slalom Junior Under 23 World Championships in the men's canoe junior, representing Slovenia, Nate Palencic.
Yeah, and this bloke had the rockets on today. He picked up two touches, but when you've got that kind of speed, you can afford to pick up a couple of touches.
He looked like a man who felt like, you know, I've done the legwork the last 2 years. I've got to the final, but I haven't been able to get the result I want today. I'm just going to
proszę o odegranie hymnu narodowego Słowenii.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's stand for the national anthem of Slovenia.
He was his raw speed, which is pretty fast.
Yeah, very quick. Very quick.
Dziękujemy bardzo. Panie i panowie, przed państwem medaliści Mistrzostw Świata Juniorów Młodzieżowców do lat 23 konkurencji C1 mężczyzn junior. Chwila dla fotoreporterów.
Ladies and gentlemen, please acknowledge our medalists in the C1 men's junior.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, if he manages to just bring a little bit more precision in, he's very competitive in the under-23 class there.
He's, what, 17 at the moment, so in fact he might have another year.
Yeah, I think he does.
He'll have another year to go in the juniors, so watch out for the juniors next year. It could be a fourth final for him next year in the juniors, which will be quite incredible.
Wow, that must be some kind of record.
Yeah.
So making a final in his first year of juniors back in 2017.
Yep, and finishing 5th, no less, which is a mighty fine effort.
Yeah,
that's unofficial, of course. He may actually, that would have to check his date of birth. But as you say, making 4 junior finals would be something a little bit special. I don't know if that's actually possible, but 15, 16, 17, I suppose it is.
Yeah.
If you have your first one when you're 15, you can do it easily. So one more medal presentation. As you can see, the crowd hanging around up there for the women's junior K1 final, and USA, Slovenia, and the Czech Republic.
Yeah, 3 names that I would have tipped to be on the podium. I mean, it was a fairly star-studded lineup as a junior race goes.
Well, I think, Rob, the thing is, it's an exciting lineup. There are names there which I think we're going to see in this sport for a long time. You can see just already the quality. Galaskova, obviously, you can see that she is quality all the way. Hossova, fantastic. Liebvarth, you know, you've got to remember, she had 3 gate touches today and still managed to finish 3rd, which is just incredible. You know, her raw speed.
Well, this is her first.
We begin the medal ceremony for the women's kayak junior
she'll be competing
at these 2019 ICF Canoe Slalom Junior and Under 23 World Championships.
Just a couple of weeks ago, so she's a very good paddler.
Yeah, so she is on song and ready to go. Yeah,
here they are there. She's a tall girl, Galaskova, isn't she? Wow, for a junior.
Yeah, very tall.
Panie i panowie, przed państwem medalistki Mistrzostw Świata Juniorów i Młodzieżowców do lat 23 w konkurencji K1 kobiet grupa junior.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medalists for the women's kayak juniors.
Medale wręczać będą.
The medals will be presented by Mr. Jose Perurena, International Olympic Committee member and International Canoe Federation president. He is accompanied by the head of the Czech delegation.
Brązową medalistką Mistrzostw Świata Juniorów Młodzieżowców do lat 23 w konkurencji K1 kobiet grupa junior została
Bronze medalist representing the United States of America, Evie Liebhardt.
So good watching her race. Pure aggression, pure attack.
And that smile, I don't think I've seen that smile disappear from her face since the first day I saw her way back in, well, when I say way back in Bratislava, when nobody knew anything about her, except all we knew is that there was this young girl from the United States who had been biding her time.
Srebrną medalistką Mistrzostw Świata Juniorów Młodzieżowców do lat 23 w konkurencji K1 kobiet grupa junior została
Silver medalist representing Slovenia, Eva Alina Hočevar,
which was just amazing, and that's when everybody stopped and thought, wow, this kid can paddle.
She's something else. Yeah, she is.
And so can this girl. This girl, I mean, I think what we're going to see here, Rob, is these 3 young ladies. This could be the start of a decade of incredible rivalry between these young girls, because They are the future of this event, of this sport, and we've
Złotą medalistką i mistrzynią świata, mistrzostw świata juniorów i młodzieżowców w krakowym slalomie w konkurencji K1 kobiet grupa junior została
gold medalist and world champion at the 2019 ICF Canoe Slalom Junior Under 23 World Championship, representing the Czech Republic, Antonia Galuskova.
Wow, watch out, don't twist your ankle. What do you do? She's happy. She's back up on the podium. She was there in 2017, missed out last year. Back again this year. She's getting the gold medal from the president of the ICF, no less. Jose Perarina. She looks pretty happy with her day's work, doesn't she? She's really paddled well and going home tonight. Job done.
Yeah, well, as we said,
Proszę o odegranie hymnu narodowego Republiki Czech.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Czech Republic.
Keep learning.
Dziękujemy bardzo. Panie i panowie, przed państwem medalistki mistrzostw świata juniorów młodzieżowców do lat 23 w konkurencji K1 dziewcząt junior.
Ladies and gentlemen, please acknowledge the medalists in the women's kayak junior.